Ma'am, can you hear me? We need to get you to a room right away.
It hurts so much.
Silent as the young CEO stood trembling, clutching her belly. Her father's voice echoed across the table. "You're no daughter of mine." Minutes later, she was on the street until a single-dad janitor stepped forward and did something no one expected. The city skyline glittered through the glass walls of the penthouse boardroom. Olivia Marlowe, 28, stood at the head of the table, the youngest CEO in the company's history, her black blazer perfectly tailored, her long hair pinned neatly. But beneath her calm exterior, her heart pounded. Every eye in the room was on her, the board members, the investors, and her father, the chairman. They didn't know. Not yet. When she spoke, her voice was steady, but her hands rested protectively on her midsection. "I have an announcement," she began. "I'm expecting a child." For a heartbeat, the room was frozen. Then the whispers began. Her father's face darkened. "Whose?" he demanded. Olivia hesitated. She wasn't married. She wasn't even in a relationship anymore. The father of her child had walked out the moment she told him. "You've disgraced this family," her father's voice cut like glass, "and you've embarrassed this company." She tried to stand her ground. "I can still lead." "You're finished," he snapped, effective immediately. Security arrived within minutes. In the span of an hour, her name was stripped from the company website, her office was cleared, and she found herself standing in the rain outside the building she had once run. She had nowhere to go. That's when she saw him, a man in navy janitor coveralls pushing a mop bucket toward the service door. His hair was dark, streaked with early gray, his shoulders broad from years of work. In one arm, he carried a lunchbox. In the other, he held the hand of a little girl with curly brown hair. He slowed as he passed her. She almost said yes, but the truth was in her eyes. I don't have anywhere to be right now," she admitted. He studied her for a moment, then nodded toward the side entrance. "Come inside. Warm up." His name was Jack Turner. He was 36, a single dad raising his 7-year-old daughter, Emma, after his wife had passed away. He worked nights as a janitor to keep a roof over their heads. In the break room, Olivia sat with a paper cup of coffee, steam curling upward. Jack handed Emma a coloring book, then turned back to Olivia. "You used to be upstairs, didn't you? In the big office?" She nodded faintly. "Not anymore." He didn't press. Instead, he slid a plate toward her. "Eat. You look like you haven't in days." She didn't know why, but she stayed. Maybe it was because for the first time in weeks, no one looked at her with judgment. Days turned into weeks. Jack offered her the spare room in his small apartment, insisting it was just until you get back on your feet. She helped Emma with her homework, cooked dinners, and for the first time since losing her position, she laughed. But her father wasn't done. Word reached Olivia that he was blocking every job she applied for. "You'll come back on my terms," he told her over the phone. "Give the child up, and we'll talk." Olivia hung up without a word. Jack found her on the balcony that night, staring at the city lights. "You're not alone," he said quietly. "I know what it's like to lose everything, but I also know what it's like to build it back better." He helped her start over, connecting her with people who didn't care about her past, only her skills. Months later, she launched her own consulting firm from Jack's kitchen table. It grew faster than she imagined. When her baby was born, Jack was in the delivery room, holding her hand. Her father came to see her weeks later, standing awkwardly in the doorway of Jack's apartment. "I was wrong," he said simply. "I see that now." Olivia looked at Jack, then back at her father. "I have everything I need," she said, "and we're doing just fine." Jack's daughter Emma climbed into Olivia's lap, resting her head against the baby, and for the first time in a long time, Olivia knew she was exactly where she belonged. "Sometimes," she would say years later, "family isn't the one you're born into. It's the one that stands beside you when the rest of the world walks away."